there was one girl who actually recognised me in the club. And I was like, wow, that was unbelievable. So it wasn't all just guys, but it obviously leaves a good impression on the girls if you're getting recognised by all these people. They're thinking, who's this guy? So there's definitely perks.
Yeah. And did you shag it?
Hello, I'm Mark Goldbridge. Welcome to Driving with Goldbridge. I'm pleased to confirm that I've got an absolute goat on the show today. He couldn't get childcare. He's brought his kid. It's THOGDEN THOGDAD. Here we are then, Driving with Goldbridge. I'm joined by THOGDEN THOGDAD. I'm so excited. Are you looking forward to this?
I am buzzing to have actually meet Goldbridge for once. It's amazing.
I'm excited, but before we get in the car, I've got a little gift to give you.
Oh.
Hang on a minute. It's Waitrose, so you know it's good. All right? Okay, take a look at this, mate, just for you.
Well, it says THOGDEN on the back.
Yeah.
It's a Man City shirt in there. Get out.
The name on the back, you'll remember who it's from, okay?
That ain't never, I'm never wearing that.
What?
He's storming off.
You can get in the back now.
Okay.
He's doing a Craig.
I've got no choice, I might as well.
Jamie Redknapp, Harry Redknapp, Peter Schmeichel, Kasper Schmeichel. Where do you think you rank as father and son duos?
Well, I mean, Schmeichel's out the window. He joined the rival club, didn't he? So you wouldn't go to Wigan, would you, Dad?
Well, I tell you what, father and sons, Patrick Kluivert, we met him the other day.
Oh yeah.
And he's got a bunch of sons who are good footballers.
Yeah, he's got like 3, and they're all footballers. And to be fair to him, I thought they're not having any more kids. Little Thog son.
Oh my goodness. I was going to say about Patrick Kluivert, and it sounds like we're name dropping straight away, but what an amazing guy he is, honestly. Yeah. So father and son, he's high up there for me.
Yeah, I think that in the YouTube world, you're pretty unique, really. There aren't any father and son duos, and I'm actually I'm a big fan of both of you, what you do, but I absolutely love the THOGDAD dynamic because it's like being slightly older.
Yeah.
It's nice to have someone else in that arena.
For sure.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's totally different, and I think the word that I always use is authentic, Mark, because you can't go out and have a production behind you and be fake, people see through that.
Yeah.
And I think what people want when they watch anything is just genuine people being authentic. We're Bolton fans, as simple as that. There's no, it's really very simple. We just do what we love doing.
Yeah, it's our passion, isn't it?
Actually, that reminds me, we were talking about impressions just before we started rolling, and I had a phone call last night. Goldbridge! It's Sean Dyche! Why have you got them Poundland bloody Bolton fans from down south in the car?
That's pretty good, that.
Bloody Bolton fans. They're from down south.
That is not bad.
That's quality.
Just sound like you're having a big poo, really.
It does really, yeah. Do you do any others then, Mark? You just do Sean Dyche?
I have done other ones, but I was going to ask you why you support Bolton.
Oh.
It is really, again, it's a family reason. So my dad, he had a cousin, older cousin, and in 1950, the cousin went on a tour of Burnden Park. And then he said to my dad, who was probably 8 or 9 at the time, right, we're Bolton fans now.
Yeah.
So this is 70 odd years ago.
Yeah.
And my dad used to live in Oldham, and he'd take 2 buses to Burnden Park every weekend, and he just loved it. And once in, never out, the Bolton fans say. Once in, never out.
I was born with it, so I just love it.
And that's it. It's just gone.
He's been sending me to games since I was a kid, and it's just a passion, really. And the truth is, once you first go to your first football game when you're a kid, and everyone who's watching this will know that you stick with that club. It's a fact. You just have it's by your heart, and I love it. And the great thing about you're a United fan, Mark. It's very especially now you're winning most of your games. Okay, ignore young boys, but Bolton is so up.
Oh, we might not be by the time this goes out. This could be going out after Everton or something like that.
That's true. But what I'm saying is, I like how up and down it is with Bolton. We get promoted, we go down, we win a game, because when we win, it means twice as much.
Yeah.
And that is something that a lot of these top Premier League clubs, you City fans out there, you Liverpools, you won't really feel because you're winning most of the time.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, we have seen Bolton play in Europe at Atletico Madrid.
We have. And we've seen us lose 6-1 to Accrington Stanley.
Absolutely.
And we were there.
Who were they?
Good question.
Exactly. So, it's all about taking the good times with the bad. But really, we will go to a game with my 80-year-old dad, Grandad Barry, with my mum, with my brothers. It's a family thing. And, Bolton very much is a family club, really.
Thogden's been messaging me quite regularly saying, can we... I mean, there's been a few times we've tried to do it and you've been too busy.
We've been away and stuff.
The biggest disappointment for me was that I had the video ready, like Goldbridge calls out, mercenary Thogden, because you came on the show and you've not charged the fee.
Oh, I know. It's
I was
shocking.
like, this is it. I've got him, because he called out a certain somebody for charging him to come on the Premier League predictions. I was like, come on, where's the email? Where's the invoice?
I know.
Yeah.
It's coming. Oh, did it not arrive? Got lost in the post.
I'll make it back on the content I make from it anyway. Look at this! Look at this bill! He's calling everyone else out, and here he is with his bill.
That is brilliant.
Expenses. Look, he's even charged for a bloody cleaning his shoes.
There's a Thogdad fee as well.
Well, I do expect a nice lunch. I'll tell you that
now. Maybe a little beer. What beer we got on offer?
Well, I assume we're stopping at a nice little country pub around here, aren't we, Mark?
I'd bloody love to.
Yeah.
Drinking and driving.
Yeah.
Tell you what.
I'll have a lemonade. Making a pint. Have lemonade.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Somebody will complain about that.
Yeah, Thogdad, you once got a bit of stick on a few of the videos, because you might have a beer before the game and then we'll be driving back and everyone will be like, oh, drunk driving, all of
I
this.
will have one beer 6 hours before I'm driving.
Yeah,
But
you're going to finally,
Someone will pick up on that. Because
Yeah.
people are really observant, aren't they?
They are, honestly. People have tried to get you done before. You've had 3 points on the way to a Bolton game, and then we've come away with 0 points. Everyone in the comments like, oh, you got more points on the motorway.
Do you actually do the driving up there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I tell you, for example, we're going to Bolton Sunderland on Saturday. We'll probably set off at 5 in the morning, 5-hour drive. But it doesn't bother me. We love doing it.
Yeah, it's
A game like Sunderland Bolton, how can you not be there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely, we're going to be there. Yeah, and it's just the passion. I love going to Bolton games, and it was so hard over the lockdowns not being able to properly watch them on a terrible iPlayer stream where it's like delayed and lagging. And you know what? It was okay for Premier League football because they've got some decent commentators and they got it's quality. It's live. You know what I mean? And all the games were televised. And I don't even mind now that most of the kickoffs are Saturday 3 p.m. But Bolton games were honestly so tough to watch. The lag and it weren't the same. It was tough for the lockdowns, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a funny one, lockdown, wasn't it, Mark? I mean, obviously the sort of stuff we used to do was all at the games. A lockdown happens and we suddenly realise, and there's a week or two we're thinking, what do we do with our lives,
Everyone was thinking that.
Everyone's thinking the same. And then we thought, no, let's just make content. Let's get stuff, because what people needed the last 2 years was just to be bloody entertained.
Mark, you smashed that too.
You smashed it, yeah.
A lot of people were saying you guys, Goldbridge, you kept me going through these lockdowns.
You know what? It's something I've never acknowledged, but I can. When you say I can acknowledge it because I know you did the content and I know people watched it and I know how important it was to people. I never acknowledge it when people say it to me. I just I'm not very good with compliments, but when I think the longer we come out of lockdown, the more you realise how oppressive that time was, even for somebody who does a lot of content at home.
I was in West Hampstead the other day and there was traffic and 3 blokes in a white transit van wound the window down. Bloody hell, it's Thogdad, mate. And he held up the traffic and he's like, oh, fuck them, I'm getting a picture with Thogdad. And he's taking pictures out of the window. I thought, and something like that happens, it just makes your day.
Yeah.
Do you get recognised a lot now? Because that's something from lockdown that before lockdown, a little bit. After lockdown, I've just noticed it ridiculously. And I take, Seb started school now, he's 4. My middle child, Madeline, she started secondary school. And I took her, because it's in the next place, I took her on the train, walked her up the road, and I said to the wife when I got back, I'm never doing it again. She was like, why? She said, because there's just too many people noticing me.
No.
She was like, well, that's a bit ungrateful. I said, no, I love it. Here I am, look, having the photos.
Yeah.
But the daughter bloody hates it. She's like, oh my God, everyone's just coming up to me at school now, going Sue and this, that, and the other. And
No,
I'm just
Sue,
like, but it has. I mean, imagine for yourselves, you're so popular, and you're based in London. Do you just find every day you're out and about getting noticed? How do you find that?
Yeah, I mean, actually in London, it's they're not as football crazy, but I was out in Manchester last weekend, and we were in some student night club thing. Because a lot of my mates go to Manchester Uni, and I'm sure at least 25 people came up to me and just said I watched the videos, all of this, lockdown, love the live streams, love the content, and that's when you realise that it's just.
How old are you?
I'm now 20.
See, me and your dad happily married. Are there certain perks of this?
Well, I'll answer that one in a minute. Oh yeah, come on. I'll let you think about that one.
Well, yeah, it does probably help. Yeah,
I
guess
saw
it
you on
is.
holiday in the summer. I was, the first thing that came into my mind when he was on holiday.
Yeah.
If he gets half as noticed as I do, I wonder if you get those perks.
Yeah, of course you do.
Or is it all just men? That's the problem. Is it all just men?
Yeah. Well, to
maybe
be
go
fair.
that way. I mean, look, you know.
Oh no, here we go. It's getting out of hand now. You're just thinking, the clip's jello, aren't you? Thogden comes out. Oh no.
Thogden comes out on going for driving with Goldbridge. This would be
Exactly.
great.
Even worse if Thogdad came out, wouldn't it?
You both can come out. Everybody is welcome.
Absolutely.
It's equality. But
Mark,
no, look.
absolutely.
No, what I will say.
What I find is most people who follow me are men.
Yeah.
And that's probably a good thing because I wouldn't be tempted anyway. But as a lad of 20, known about the town, there's got to be a few perks.
I was surprised actually. There was one, there was one girl who actually recognised me in the club, and I was like, wow, that was unbelievable. So it wasn't all just guys, but it obviously leaves a good impression on the girls if you're getting recognised by all these people. They're thinking, who's this guy? So there's definitely perks.
Yeah, and did you shag her?
Stop that. Bloody hell. That question will
That shut him up.
stay
But
unanswered.
To answer your other question, I mean, the peak of the madness was the England-Scotland game at Wembley, Mark.
Yeah.
And we've just got into where you show your tickets and your COVID passes, and a few kids spotted Thogdad and Thogden, surrounded me, and it's the usual selfies and what have you. They just got a little bit mad. And at one point, I felt I'm being pulled by my arm. I thought, okay, some kid really wants a selfie more than someone else. It was the old Bill. 4 old Bill had surrounded me, pulled me away, and took away from the kids. And their first question was, "Who the hell are you?"
Yeah.
And then they just said, "Look, for your own protection, guys, you two need to get inside the stadium."
I was going to ask you actually. You do the drive-in, Thogdad.
Yeah.
I can't really ask you. You might have played Mario Kart. I'm being a bit ageist. Have you passed your test yet?
Yeah, you're mugging me off here, mate. No, I've
We meant to be in the back.
I know.
We meant to be in the back, sucking on the sweets or something like that. And
I was enjoying those crisps until it ended. But no, I've passed my theory. Second time.
Why do it though when your dad's driving you around all the country? You can sit in the back going, "Oh, this traffic jam's annoying." I'm like,
You
"It's
watch
more
Instagram
enjoying if
stories?
you're sat in."
You watch the stories? Oh no. What?
The Kip's in the back. He does.
Yeah, of course I do. Yeah, because I'm going to make the most of it. If I'm not if I'm not going to drive, at least I'm going to have some sleep. Got to recover from some big ones.
Yeah.
Is he a good driver?
Yeah, he's quality.
Cheers,
he's good.
mate. Cheers, mate. But Mark, talking of in the back, I've just discovered your record collection. I don't know if the camera can pick that up. Now that's what I call Christmas. Bloody hell! Thank God this isn't a long drive, mate.
I'm addicted to Christmas. June, September, I'll have the Christmas songs. I know.
I love the Christmas. Can you send us a Christmas jumper this year? Don't know what you're going to put on it. Mate, what a proud was it last time?
Yeah, I did well last year.
Yeah. Can you send us one? We'd love it.
Yeah, I definitely will.
That'd be brilliant.
I've got to get into this world of like Spencer came on and he came down with the hoodie and everything like that. It's like,
Did he?
yeah.
Yeah.
You've got to get into that. But
You've
no,
styled out.
Christmas songs. I do like Christmas songs. I don't know why that's in the back.
Have you ever made a Christmas song?
I'd love to we should all make a Christmas
Shall
song
we?
for charity.
For charity, yeah.
It's
that's a
funny,
great
when I
idea.
was on the kickoff, I said this to Brian. I said, YouTubers should do, football YouTube should do a charity thing.
Absolutely.
The problem is, there's some people I won't invite.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
Just on YouTube though,
Yeah.
how do you approach that sort of thing? Because, I could do a video after this. Thogdad's an arsehole in real life, and I'd get loads of views.
Because it's true.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
It's all a face, all of that. But off camera, he pinned me up against the wall because the coffee was cold and all that sort of stuff. And I know that's going to get a lot of views. And
Oh, to be fair though, you'd hear it if Thogdad didn't like his coffee. He kicks off. Oh my god. But yeah, sorry, you say.
But where do you sit on that, like YouTube boxing and stuff like that? Is this something that you would delve into? Because you're all, you do your content with a smile on your
This
face.
is the thing about he wants to get me in the ring. You know what?
Yeah.
He wants his old dad in the ring. He's not going to fight himself.
No, I'll get in the
do you
ring.
know, with the boxing.
Where's Robbie? Show me where Robbie is.
Oh,
no, I'm
come on,
joking.
no
He said-
chance.
no. Realistically,
He'd murder you.
we'd have to go in the same weight class when we. That might be a bit out. I think overall, not in a bad way. I'm just saying we wouldn't be the same weight
Right.
class. I'm not trying to.
He's a heavyweight of YouTube, whereas
Exactly.
you're a lightweight. That's what you're
Yeah,
saying.
that's what I'm trying to say. And I might be a featherweight. Honestly, I'm a bit. But I've got the quick moves. I'd have to. Ellis away days, people have always matched me with him. Morgs is a bit tall for me.
Don't box down, box up. Like literally in life, don't
Yeah.
box down, never box down. Don't get into arguments
getting
with
the-
people who are.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get into arguments with people who are smaller than you because they just want,
So
I
don't-
knew this from when I was small. I used to get into arguments with people bigger than me, and they'd be like, "You fool! They've bitten, and that's it." But
So Ollie Ball, he keeps calling me out. I keep saying no because he's a kid. I'm not going to fight a kid. He's
Says
like
the lad who's 20. How old's Ollie Ball then?
he's like 17.
Oh, 3 years, bloody hell.
He might be 16. You have to be 18 to have a boxing fight. So realistically, we couldn't do something proper apart from getting those big boxing gloves in his backyard or something. I don't know. But no, realistically, it would have to be.
But if you're going to box, my view on this is,
I don't know to fight.
Don't do it.
I'll let Goldbridge pick.
Don't do it for the numbers. Don't do it for the publicity. If you genuinely want to get in the ring, I mean, boxing is a serious
I take it, Dad.
sport.
It's a
But
profession, yeah.
Dad,
Yeah.
if I have a passion for something, I take it bloody seriously. I'll
do,
give you that right now.
exactly,
And if I get in a boxing fight with someone, and you can comment down below who you want, I'd do it. I'd take it seriously. I'd love to see you get in the boxing ring against David Wheater, though.
Oh, no chance.
What, the Poundland Harry Maguire?
No, hold on for a second. You know how much coverage that would get? It's like the football world and the YouTube world coming together.
He played for Bolton.
Yeah?
And
I'll get in the
Middlesbrough.
ring with bloody Lacazette or someone like that, or Tony Adams. I'll knock I need a motivator.
No,
knocking
David
David Wheater
Wheater.
out from Bolton.
Most people voted for you in the poll when I put it on my Instagram.
Well, I'm wiry.
We had 30,000 votes and like 80,000 views on that story.
Hey, I'm coming back. I'm on the pitch for Clash Creators. So's THOGDEN.
So
people are underestimating what us experienced pros can do.
Now, that has to happen. And I tell you what, we were talking about this earlier. It's got to be me and Goldbridge centre backs for the Navy team at Clash of the Creators.
But
I'm
that
a
means
CDM.
Oh, you're
I'd
CDM,
have
yeah.
to take his role.
Right. Okay.
Wait, but can't we play together? Little
It'll be like Ollie Ball then. Literally, Ollie with a Solskjaer ball with 2 sixes.
Yeah, true. But you'd be the Fred. You'd definitely be the Fred.
No, I'm the bloody Carrick. Me. I don't move.
Holding people back from fights.
I just take the ball, move it about.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be good, actually.
It will be good. And if David Wheater's an opposition manager, will you have a few words with him?
Look, if he wants to get on my parade and get followers, that's clearly what it's all about. I'm here to help him out.
You started it. You know what I was thinking? We should have a charity go-karting race. Get all of the YouTubers in.
I've had this idea for ages. Like, there needs to be, 5 or 6 of us who just basically do a tour Olympics of like a darts evening in front of a load of people where there's 6 of us, a go-karting thing, the
Tennis.
football thing. Whilst we're on the thing, I know we're doing Clash Creators, but I really want to do a proper. Like I've got the ground in May. I really want to do like a proper football event where we can have people in it.
Yeah.
But I think you two should manage one team, I should manage another, and then we'll like get loads of people involved and do proper like picks and stuff like that.
Tell us in the comments if you want that.
Or we could have maybe a 5 or 6 aside team, because logistically a lot easier.
Yeah.
And we could take on, for instance, we go to Ireland and play the Irish guys team. Go to Scotland and play.
Yeah.
We could do a little tour, make a
We
tour.
should do a little tour, yeah, like back in the day
we could play
when
football on the Thursday, and then watch a game on the Friday or Saturday.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
And
some of my favourite videos on YouTube is when Hashtag used to do the tours and they used to go to different countries and play their teams, and we could do that.
So we're inside for a little bit of a sit down, but as you will see there, below the Reebok, we're going to call it the Reebok.
Absolutely.
Going to call it the Reebok. Wash and Go sponsors Driving with Goldbridge, and as we know, Wash and Go is about hair products and it's about hair. So it wouldn't be a Driving with Goldbridge if we didn't show you some pictures of yourselves with funny haircuts, maybe. I mean, I don't know whether there's a massive change with you there, Thogden.
That's a dodgy Barnet.
Hey, where you gonna go?
What's this thing? I hope that's not a Coke you're drinking.
It's orange juice.
Okay, I'll let you off.
And there's one with me. That's quite recent one.
That is a trim and a half.
That is
Richarlison,
beautiful.
he reposted that on his Instagram.
Richarlison reposted that. That got like 200,000 likes. That did.
Was that a Richarlison?
Yeah, it is.
haircut
I
as
don't
well?
know why. I've got no reason. Obviously, I'm not an Everton fan. I'm a Bolton fan. I just showed up and I thought I'll have a Richarlison.
Yeah.
I don't know why I asked for it.
And then he made a video saying, I've got the Richarlison trim and reposted it. Brilliant.
I do think you look like a bit of a young David Cameron as well, and there you are delivering the.
There's a story behind that. So I was coaching football in Rwanda, and some random football team gave me this wicker basket and said, "This, Mr. Stephen, must get to your Prime Minister." So I thought, bloody hell, I'll have to find some way of getting it to him. And there's this charity thing by chance I was doing at number 10. And before I'm really nervous, I'm going to beat David Cameron. I'm drinking coffee all afternoon. By the time I got to meet Cameron and give him his wicker basket, I was high as a kite. But I got to deliver it.
That's why you're wearing blue, look.
Yeah. No comment.
Thanks to Wash and Go, and there's a big one for you. Right. We all like a bit of fancy Premier League. You do your Premier League predictions. Before I ask you some questions, we're going to go Goldbridge against Thogden and Thogdad here. What we're going to do is we're going to have a random game given to us by Ross, the producer, that occurred in the Premier League this season. And what will happen is I will let you go first as the guest. It's like Blockbusters, it's 2 against 1. Yeah. So you will name a player that you think played in that game. If Ross says yes, it comes to me. Then I will name a player, and then we'll go back and forth until it's a no. And then obviously the winner is the person who survives.
Bring it on.
Ross, the producer, what is the game from the Premier League?
So from the 23rd of August, we've got West Ham 4, Leicester City 1.
Okay. You go first.
Schmeichel.
He's overruled you already. Well, I will go with 100% Vardy.
Both are playing, yes. They're both in the starting lineup.
It's got to be Antonio, isn't it? Antonio.
Declan Rice.
Both correct.
Ben Rama.
Kufal.
Sarchek.
Okay, Benrahma is. Souček is. Kufal is, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so it's my go. I will go with Ndidi.
Tielemans.
Indeed he is. Tielemans is playing.
And Ndidi is.
And Indeed he
Oh,
is.
so it's my go.
This is a bit of a Goldbridge fix going on.
I can't get this
no,
wrong.
He's got that wrong.
I can't get
No,
this
you've got
wrong.
it right.
The comments would have backed you up. So right,
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Madison. Shit, I don't know whether that's right. He doesn't always
I
start.
want to go to VAR here.
You bottled it. You bottled it. You bottled it.
Madison is playing.
Oh!
No, I can't get this wrong at this stage.
I know, because he was in my fantasy team.
Was he?
It's a gamble. It's your go.
Well, was he playing that day?
Just go Ricardo Pereira.
Pereira.
Ricardo Pereira is in the starting lineup.
I've got 2. I'm going to go with Agbona.
Was he in them?
Bonner is in the starting
Okay.
lineup.
Who was in goal for West Ham? Who was in goal?
Yeah, that's the thing. Who was in goal?
Who was in goal that game?
They bought one.
No, yeah, I know what his name is. He's French. He's from Fulham. He's tall.
Do you not know this? Under the heat of the
Adiola.
studio.
No, because they know it, because Declan Rice made the joke. Areola.
Unfortunately,
We've bottled it.
Areola
You bought the
When
hint.
starting
You
lineup.
bought the hint.
We've
You
bottled
mugged
it.
me off! Oh, there's so many players I could have said as well. Like,
I know.
Did Harvey Barnes play?
yeah, Harvey Barnes played. Yeah.
Did we go? No one said him, did he?
Yeah, no one said him.
Harvey Barnes did play, yeah.
I'd have been all right anyway.
Kasper Schmeichel and Lucas Fabianski were the 2 goalkeepers.
Yeah.
There we go.
Why did Areola
Yeah.
played it?
You're not in the club that beat Goldbridge.
Yeah.
Anyway, look, that was a nice bit of fun. I enjoyed that. I'm sure we can do it again one
Yeah.
day.
I'm raging.
Gutted.
But talking about abuse,
Best
you
of
might,
3?
you might get some abuse in the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, it was best of 3. Innocence of youth.
I'll go for any. Fuming.
Rock, paper, scissors. Yay!
Oh, okay. Is there anything you can't beat us at?
We'll see when we have this match.
Yeah,
We'll see. Anyway, let's talk about other more serious matters.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you a little bit about abuse in football because you are, you know, had Pie Face on, nice guy, you're nice guys. In relation to your, you know, everyone's a nice guy that's been on this show, but in relation to your content perception, you know, some people don't like my content, some people don't like Loz's content, Jack's content, but a lot of people seem to like your content. Do you have any experience, because you're out and about, with online or out and about abuse, and how, what's your sort of opinion
I
on that?
would first of all say it's 99% positive. So, you know, we went to the Bolton game on Saturday. We probably had 20 brilliant conversations down the pub with Rotherham fans, Bolton fans, probably 100 people coming up for selfies. But there'll always be one person, you know, there'll always be one person who's wanker or whatever. I remember going to the England game, you know, we're going up to the semi-final. Some guy sort of looks Theo in the face and said, fucking wanker. and he looks at me.
That must be difficult when it's to your
and
kid.
you can fuck off too. And I look back, and my first reaction was just to laugh in his face, because I thought it'd be followed up by like, "No, only kidding, Thogdad, you're a legend." And I looked in his face, and all I saw was this hate.
Yeah, it was
And
really
then
odd.
I
really
went
odd.
to talk to him, and then he just started looking at his shoes. He couldn't say anything else. He just
Yeah.
had to get that out. And all abuse like that, there's no reason for it. You're abusing like a 50-year-old guy who's at a football match with his son, and that's very rare. It's all based on jealousy. That is my theory. It's all deep down based upon jealousy.
These sort of people waiting at like turnstile to see you, to hope that you're going to
So
walk
he's
up
waiting
those stairs.
for you.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
waiting
On
right by
that
the
case,
entrance.
yeah.
And his mate was like, "Fucking hell." Honestly, it's really odd. You sometimes get it and you just laugh because you know they've got a problem. I don't wake in the morning up thinking about them, and it's just one of those things where if they've got a problem with my content, don't watch it. You know, if you go out your way to send hate to somebody and wait at a football, especially at such a big game of England's career, you know, we get to a semi-final of the Euros. It's a massive stage. Just enjoy the day.
Yeah.
I mean, while you're thinking about us
Yeah.
during the game.
And I think for me, social media is like a mirror of society. I think most people are nice, aren't they? But you just get occasional people who are bullies, who are unpleasant. And, you know, and social media is very easy, isn't it? It's very easy to send a tweet or a DM to Thogdad saying,
Yeah.
go and kill yourself, you nonce, or whatever. And what I do when you get something like, and I've had those comments, I actually repost those on Twitter with the name of the sender. Right, you want an audience.
But it happens very rarely with that sort
It's
of
very
stuff.
rare.
But I
And
think
it's
in your
great.
case that would work well, because I find it quite reassuring that you get abuse, even though no one should get abuse, because it does
Yeah.
actually show that, you know, the content you make and the people that you are, you're universally liked, but there are still these elements. And I think people watching this show will take that as a positive, whether you're at school getting a bit of bullying or whether you're in
Yeah.
your private life. Even Thogden and Thogden get abuse. And
Yeah.
that just shows you that
Yeah.
the world is full of these people that are just hate-fueled or jealous
is,
or whatever.
yeah.
For me, I think in this business, you've got to have a really thick skin, and you've got to develop that. And there are some YouTubers who don't,
Can't
who find
take
it
that.
very hard. We won't name names, who find it really hard. The flip side of it, I don't want to feel sorry for myself. If someone gives me that abuse, you effing nonce, right, block. It's very, very
Yeah,
easy.
as long as you don't give it back. There's some YouTubers that give
They
it
can't
back.
win the argument. can they?
I get, to slightly move the topic on, I get DMs from kids, from youngsters who are bullied, who are abused, who've got mental health issues, who write to us. They feel that they know us, and it's a really nice sort of community thing. They have those they're not in the social media, but they have those problems in the schoolyard or at work. And I just think it's a societal thing.
Yeah, I agree. I thought you were going to say I get DMs from loads of women and everything and pictures and everything like that. Just always bring a bit of light relief into it. But no,
Yeah.
I think that's fantastic, and it's like we've had many people on the show who probably are more similar to me, who can be a bit divisive and everything like that. But I don't think your content is divisive. I think what it is, it's wholesome, it's authentic, and yet you still will get sections of people who I think everybody gets. There are haters out there, and I
Yeah.
think you're right. It's a mirror. I've said it before. It's a mirror of their own unhappiness that they have to project
Yes.
onto other people.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Jack, mate, handles it very well. He always writes back saying, "Is there something wrong in your life, mate? Can I help you?" And there's something wrong there, isn't there?
Yeah.
And it all comes down, 99% of the time, to jealousy, to insecurity.
Yeah.
So it's their problem, not mine.
Yeah, I think you're spot on there. That leads into something a little bit different, but you've been to lots of different places. Where's the scariest place you've been to, or the most intimidating place? Because you've been all around Europe. You're going to say Stoke or something like that now, aren't you?
Yeah, well, it has to be Bulgaria. I mean, what I saw there was like things I've not seen in years. It's just,
Well, I saw you vlog about
Yeah,
it,
it's
but
crazy.
obviously it's great to be able to ask you about it.
I know,
So what was it?
it was just weird. I didn't expect that going out there. You go to many different countries around the world for England, and what we experienced there that day is like something that you weren't
It
expecting
was
every day.
a new level of racism, of just nastiness, and you knew full well it wasn't just the ultras, it was beyond that. I mean, the stewards knew who they were, the police knew who they were. It was almost the whole, I'm not saying the whole of Bulgaria, that would be completely wrong, but it was beyond just a minority. And it was a really ugly, the racist chanting, the monkey noises. And on that day, I think probably about 4 or 5 of the England team were from, black and minority ethnic backgrounds. And the England fans that day, look at the positive. The England fans were magnificent.
absolutely brilliant. England
We
fans.
thought of songs straight on, who put the ball in the racist net, Raheem Sterling. We came out with those songs. The England fans in that ground, we were ready. We were happy for the players to walk off. Even though we'd gone all the way to Bulgaria to watch a football match, we would have applauded them if they'd walked off because of
Absolutely.
racism, because that shouldn't be happening.
I remember around us, England fans saying like, "You should go." Like we completely
Yes.
about that decision.
I remember there's a time where the game was paused and England and we didn't know if the players were going to come back out, and fans were ready to accept that because it was so bad what we saw that day.
And afterwards, we walked about 3 miles back to the hotel. There was no public transport.
Yeah.
And then the police gave up watching us after a while, and then a bunch of ultras were 50 yards behind us. We managed to get into a random hotel, but an England fan coming in a couple of hundred yards behind us came in blooded, you know. So they picked on the one England fan. I mean, that's not even tough. If it's 8 against 1, that was ugly, you know. And when you're with your son, who is back then was a teenager, it's not what football's about for me.
I mean, look, I've never been to Bulgaria, but you know, you see it on the telly, you see your vlogs, and it just seems like it's not a minority. It's almost I daren't say cultural, but it's a majority. It's almost like the country needs a whole sort of reset, rewipe, isn't it? Because you can't even say that they're 30 years behind, because we lived in the 80s.
Yes.
There was hooliganism, and there was racism, but
Yeah.
that sounds like it's like an accepted racism, which wasn't. It wasn't that on the 80s. You would get people doing the monkey chants and throwing the bananas, but you know, it still was not on that level, and yet here we are in 2021.
Yeah, I mean, I think society in general has moved on a lot. I remember back to the 70s and the 80s when I was growing up, and I'd say that some racism was almost mainstream. You look at some of the comedians of the time. So a society can develop within 20, 30 years. I've noticed that Russia, I lived in Russia in the mid-90s, and some of the scenes at the Petrovsky Stadium at Zenit were just nutty and bad. But Russia has moved on because they made an effort at the top level to kick certain things out of the game. So I just hope Bulgaria, and it goes all the way up, the Bulgarian FA, the Bulgarian government have got to stamp it out from the very highest level and say, we don't accept this. This actually gives our country a bad name. We're going to stamp it out. So I think it goes beyond the governments, the countries have got to say, we don't believe in this anymore.
It's interesting that that's the scariest place you've been, and for the reasons for it, and you know, and that's happening in the modern day. Moving on, in relation to yourselves, we were talking about this when the camera stopped, and we were talking with Thogden about some opportunities, and as being a bit older, we're going, you know, maybe you don't know what's going to happen in the next 5 years. What is the plan for Thogden and Thogdad, or Thogden individually, over the next 5 years? Because you're of a certain age. Do you
How very dare you?
Well, I'm of a certain age. You know, there becomes a sell-by date, doesn't there? Where you might want to, you know, I don't want to be doing that anymore. I want to do this, and you're a young lad, so as a combination. I mean, I think everyone wants to hear you're just going to keep going and going and going. But what is the future plans? Do you think, and the space in general? Because you're a big content creator. You know, you don't just create content. You're obviously aware of everything else that's going. What do you think the future is? Because people keep saying it can't go on like this forever. At some point, the smashing with the mainstream media, the growth, something's got to give. Or do you think it will just, you know, what are your plans?
Yeah, well, me and my dad are finishing the channel next year.
Exclusive.
There you go.
We're winding it up, aren't we, Theo?
It's just we thought we'd announce it on here because you obviously got great following, like our fans.
Subscribe to That's Football. Everyone from Thogden's channel, subscribe to That's Football.
You can move up. We might feature a few times on That's Football, so make sure you subscribe.
Everything's going to be on That's Football.
Yeah.
Theo's going to
go. Buying us out.
Theo's going to go to Bristol University and study accounting, and we're going to close the channel
because
down.
you know everyone's got a sell-by date.
No, joking aside, in this industry you've got to be very flexible. It's got to be almost organic. It could all change overnight.
Yeah,
TikTok might be the next thing, or YouTube might be twice as big in 5 years.
YouTube both on my TikTok half the time, so yeah. I think
you need an official TikTok. We were talking about those.
But I think the key thing is a lot.
If you start up a THOGBridge TikTok, see how many followers it can get going.
That would bang, wouldn't it?
We'd have to do some content together more regularly.
Yeah. But I think the important thing is you've just got to enjoy what you're doing. I can tell watching you, Mark. You love what you're doing, don't you?
Most days.
Most days, yeah.
Wait, you need a few days off or what?
Well, I know. I just think, like, going back to what you're on about there are some times where you're tired, you've got a cold, you know. Everyone has an off day, but we are privileged to do what we do, definitely, I think, and it's good to hear that, you know, you continue to want to do it. My thought process behind the question was that you're a young lad. You know, some footballers think, or actors, you know, what was the guy in Game of Thrones, Joffrey? He was like, I'm going to quit acting and go to uni in Dublin, you know. So, but no, you're. This is it. This is the plan.
The plan is YouTube. I mean, listen, there will be a point where, you know, I'll move out or something, but we'll still have like a weekly series. You know, we'll still keep it going. I enjoy YouTube, so I don't see why change it. Simple as that.
No, and I think it's great as well, because ultimately what's going to happen is, you know, the authenticity of your content will grow in front of the eyes. You know, I see it with Seb. People like to see Seb every now and again pop on a stream, but with you, you're living father and son team, and that will grow. You know, one day you might get married.
Yeah.
Not specified what gender yet. We know that.
We continue this joke.
That's a story in itself. But he's keeping that mystery above him. Mystique. I don't know what he's doing. He wants to play. He wants everyone to love him. Think about him. Subscribers 1 million.
Yeah, I mean, look, joking aside, I think the important thing is you've got to enjoy. You've got to get up in the morning and enjoy what you're doing. We're very lucky in life, you know. Theo might be, you know, if you were working in a warehouse and hating your job. You know, back in the day, I was a bloody accountant in my 20s. I was quite good at it. I didn't hate it. But you know what? I thought, I don't want to be doing this in my 30s and my 40s. Yeah, I was working 90-hour weeks in my 20s.
Yeah.
And I thought, I don't want to do this forever. Right? You know,
You told me, do not do it.
Yeah.
She said to me, do not do what I did.
I said, don't become an accountant, don't become a lawyer, because it's not you. I look at you, you're a creative, yeah? Certain things you're not good at, like time, you know, getting up and, you know, but...
We're right today.
Yeah, we did it today. So that, you know, at some point you might say, I'm not enjoying this anymore, and you might just do something slightly different. And
Especially
I think that's the key.
Especially if you're young.
Yeah.
It's different for us because we've got life experience.
Absolutely.
And that's not ageist. It is true.
Yeah.
Just keep enjoying it. And you enjoy it.
I love it. And you know, sometimes I'll go to other countries to make a video, like Union Berlin or Dortmund, or I don't know, Club Bruges versus PSG, and everyone in the comments will be like, oh, go back to England and go do live streams. I'm like, yeah, I just prefer to do the content that I want to do.
This is better than uni.
Yeah, right. But I
the stories he was telling us off camera about the girls.
Yeah.
Don't want to hear any.
But the truth is, this is an ongoing joke.
Player.
Yeah, I know. But listen, I want to do the content that I want to do.
Yeah.
You know, and if people like it, then they like it. If they don't watch it. Simple as that.
Yeah. And I think it's
So I
important.
keep it. Yeah.
It's important, especially Theo, doesn't ever burn out, because you can't do a vlog every day for 9 months. And part of the time, and I encourage it, Theo likes to keep his private life private. So he loves going out with his mates, having a few bevies and all of that. And I think it's brilliant. You let off steam, down the boozer, down a club, you know, and that's not on camera unless some, you know, fan comes along.
It will be if you go too far. You know, if you start throwing chairs around, they'll be like, look at this Thogden.
I know.
Yeah.
Privileged prat.
But that's important.
Be on the back of the
That
sun.
won't happen. That won't happen.
Yeah.
I can't allow that to happen.
Because
Unless someone really winds me up.
Well, you have to take that responsibility,
true.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you've got to keep it real. You've got to have your family life. You've got to have your mates, and occasionally the camera's got to be off.
Yeah.
And you know, I love going around and meeting people, and you know, when it's Thogdad and selfies, I'll do that all day long. But it was quite nice in Spain not getting recognised and being able to just sit in a bar and just kick back and just do normal things.
Yeah.
Have a father and son chat drinking in Australia, you know.
It's good to take time off.
Definitely.
I think you need some.
I do need some. Look, we could talk and talk and talk. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on. I know we've tried to arrange it for a while, but now it is recorded and will go down in history as Driving with Goldbridge with Thogden and Thogdad. You all know where you can find them.
Thanks for finally arranging that. We've been away in Monty and stuff, and we finally got it done. Really enjoyed it. As much as I lost that football game, which I'm going to get slated for.
This is
I'm really, honestly, it's really
losing,
annoyed me.
honestly.
It's really.
I'm looking forward to the rematch already.
Yeah,
It's a good game, actually. Everyone should play that.
Yeah.
That's going to be my thing now. I'm going to call it the Goldbridge Gold Mine or something.
Make it a series. We could do it even on
Yeah,
online.
see, he's got to have a comeback.
Yeah,
I love it.
absolutely.
I'm angry. That's it. I'm ending on that. See you next time.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you smash a like. Thogdad, final word?
It's been brilliant. Your driving's not bad, mate.
And on that bombshell. You're not the first to say that. Thanks everyone for watching. Speak to you all soon.
Driving with Goldbridge, supported by Wash and Go.